Okay, Fambulem, I bring you a warm greetings from the media, then and now media empire. Today, now the 10th of June, 2021. The place so hot now, be air conditioned, they go on and be so sweaty. And the light just too bright for me, now forgive me. Today, the 10th of June, 2021. This now the then and now media empire. And me when they talk to my name Prince Emil Kroma. And apologies for coming on late. Well, of course, there's no secret about why we come on late. We two guests then today. We go talk to Una shortly. We've been here for do many adjustments in the background, hence why we run this late. But having said this, it's better being here and they are here. And this all important conversation on a national level, regardless of how you see them, is going to be heard right on the platform here tonight. And like I said, I'm a host and presenter, Prince Emil Kroma, on the then and now media empire, an empire which is aspiring to make the differences by working together so that we put we needs together, we do with due diligence, and then we go get the desired results. Today I get two special gentlemen, them we always the media in different ways. And they all two can talk politics for two different entities when opposing factors. So we see them necessary for bringing them all to come today. One is popularly known as Paopa SLPP. I think the brother in name Nalamin. He's going to introduce himself shortly. And the other is known as APC Kooma. And I think he associated with the Compoyo Radio. I'm not sure. But like I say, we go hear from them shortly. So Fambulem, let we do with due diligence. Let we do with traditional thing what we can do now. Una let we share this video far and wide. Let other people encounter it because this is quite interesting. So I want to go to you, Paopa Koroma. So you get the opportunity for tell Fambulem about yourself, your name, what you represent, what you do. So the floor is all yours. You get 1 minute for introduce yourself.
Fambulem, na the media platform, una good evening, una good morning, una good afternoon. It depends the side where you did at the wall. This on a brother man, Kurma SLPP. We get a GLM media blog, you know, now YouTube, Instagram, you know, and Facebook, also WhatsApp, you know. Media represent the Sierra Leone People's Party, the great party, the party we always be proud for gain independent without no bloodshed. A party we don't do a lot in this country, Mama Saloon. A party we always left legacy in this country. And a party we don't come back for can correct the mistakes then. Thank you very much. Mina Kurma SLPP.
Thank you very much. Like Fambulewa Teluna, this is Kuruma SLPP, and I believe say this man is well known on social media because he's a champion in position in any respect. Another man we also the champion in party in position. Now the man where I want to yield the floor to now let himself introduce himself, waiting in name and waiting actually the champion. So brother, you get 1 minute, sir. Okay, now in the trial, he left the platform briefly. Famule Onabia with me, he left the platform briefly, and I need for Brian come back into the platform. I need for Brian come back into the platform. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Una bear with me. I just admit I'm back into the platform. He left briefly. It's been a headache in the background, just trying to get this sorted. But thank God we get it going. And then the man left again, so he's back. Now just wait in video they can connect. Hopefully the audio we spend some time on forget and right will work. It will work. Hopefully it will work. So Koroma APC, do you hear me, sir? So in video still the buffer. So these are the difficulties that we experience in anyway, but notwithstanding, the show is going to be Koroma APC. Do you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
Brilliant. Okay. So your brother Lamin Paopa don't introduce himself. Now you now left for where we from. Okay, so we want you briefly introduce yourself. You get about 1 minute for tell Fambule waiting and you name and what you represent to you.
Thank you very much for making a day at this program today. I so appreciate that. My real name na Abubakar Kamara, but some people they call me Kuma APC. Mind you, people me start on audios on social media, especially na WhatsApp, where everybody don't take. Even my brother, how they talk to today, so when I Kuma SLPP, he copy the name for me. Although he also name na Kuma, but he copy the name for me for say Kuma SLPP because me don't get the name Kuma APC. We start this media with the Alpha Saidu, the Kutubu Kuma, before all what they like today when they hear other people they can join the social media. We start this platform. So I also appreciate for doing this program. Mind you, I represent the APC party on the social media. Mind you, people there, when I know for say the APC party, now the only party in this country, we don't do so much development, we don't do heavy legacy.
Okay. Fairness. I know say you're ready for Zoom, and I really appreciate that. And don't worry, you get plenty of time for Zoom away. But we'll be just give each one of una 1 minute just for introducing ourselves and whet's the appetite of Fambule where they watch. So thank you for that introduction. Lamin Paupa, I want to come to you. Okay. Why you they support SLPP?
Thank you very much, my brother. Mina Kurma SLPP once more. The reason what make me Kurma SLPP, they support the SLPP. Number one, I believe in the ideology of the SLPP. And I believe, see, the SLPP, the paramount chief in the party, and paramount chief in the people also respect so much. And because of the paramount chief and the people also respect, and I rule them whenever they tap them people, then they rule them well. And the SLPP gets its track record, you understand, for rule the people in this country very well. You understand? The SLPP, now a party, we're so unique to the extent they're not sabi what's not tribal, they're not sabi what's not regional. You understand? Let me give you an example quick. Why me Kurma SLPP support the SLPP? Yeah. When you check inside the party, the chairman and leader now from the south, the deputy chairman and leader when I Limba by tribe now from the north, the secretary general of the SLPP when I Krankoma by tribe now from also the north when I Krankoma. So because of they're so unique and they don't know what's tribal, now it make me Kurma SLPP. I believe in the ideology of the SLPP, and I will continue for believing the ideology of SLPP, and because then they create the platform for every tribe for the part of that institution what they call SLPP.
Okay, many thanks for that. APC Kurma, you hear what you say? Sound like the SLPP party. The reason why the brother they support them is because, according to Ram, they are more democratic than the All People's Congress. They are truly representative of the country. What say you, sir?
Thank you very much. The ballot talk are very clear. It don't talk for say the SLPP a Democratic Party. No ever talk clearly. It say the SLPP a paramount chief party. This is the unique of the APC party, All People's Congress. It means to say everybody in a salon. Everybody don't mean you na Mendeman, you na Tiniman, you na Lokoma, you na Fulaman. All man for come on board on the APC. That make we get the APC, All People's Congress. We motor na action pass intention. Anything where the APC party they do. Now, would they give intention for say intention? No. Will they see the action of the people then? If they see the action of the APC any side, then like today, if you see any development in this country, is the APC. But it belongs to every single Nigerian. And I believe they will get. We believe on the development of this country. We believe on every tribe. Every tribe get the record for being an APC member. And I don't believe on Paramount Chief. You know Paramount Chief for you know Tinimano, you know Lokomano, you know Medemano, you for belong to the APC party. Action of the APC any
Okay, and I take and say this is the reason why you support the All People's Congress.
Yes, right? That is the reason they support the APC party.
So, Paupa Koroma, you hear waiting you man say. First of all, one thing say you've been trying for say you party more democratic than the All People's Congress, but the man say not so you say. The man say in a Empowerment Chief Party, not to democracy. Na kind of nepotism to we self like society business.
The reason when I talk in a Empowerment Chief Party because the Empowerment Chief informer. Let me tell you, my brother. When you look at the track record of the SLPP in terms of democracy, you can never compare the APC and the SLPP. You understand? When we look in terms of democracy, rule of law, you can never compare the APC and the SLPP. Now, I don't talk about tribal line, but I'll tell you, say, we cut across the country. The SLPP cut across the country. Now, if you listen to the motto, what they say, one people, one country. One people, one country. Salon one country get, then we are one people. So what's in Pastor one day again? The SLPP not belong to foreigner. The SLPP belong to the Sierra Leone people. Now we could say Sierra Leone People Party. But in the APC, it belongs to the foreigner. That's why they bring foreigner. They come, they collaborate with them, then lose with states and then go away. But we think say the only people who for benefits now this country, now the Sierra Leone people and for benefits. My brother. Now we bring democracy. The first democratic election where we conduct at the SLPP do. Right? We did our power for 6 years, from 1961 to 66 to 67. You understand? From 1968 to 1992, the APC. My brother and sister will testify how they handled from 1968 to 1992, how they intimidate the opposition. They know. This is the party we bring the democracy to the APC. We bring a one-party system in 1978. My brother will testify that one. When the war began in this country, 1996, we win election. 2001, 2002, under Pakaba, now we create a platform for make sure say we build also the APC. We tell us, say, you know what? One party no go in power. Una make sure say una organize una party and challenge the SLPP. The SLPP create that platform. We not incite them. We not try to divide them because we believe in democracy. We believe, say, we for exercise and practice democracy in the country. In 2007, they win election. We accept the election genuinely, and the election be so peaceful. From 2007 to 2018, the brother will testify, say, we give them the peace where they want. We give them all the platform. May they do everything. You understand? But guess what? The SLPP in the track record, the SLPP no one they sack in vice president. My brother will challenge that one day. The SLPP, no one they remove elected mayor. It will testify that one day. But in the APC, they sack the vice president Alhaji Abubakar Sidiki Samsumana. When my brother Koroma APC a candidate to the support, they remove Honorable Marcy Lamina, where now the Honorable Tradina na be the mayor of Kono. My brother will testify that one day. And they act the way they do, it's not democratic. You understand? It's not democratic. My brother will testify, say, for 18 good years in the APC, they don't ever get an election, not selection. So if my brother try for talk, say they're democratic, he is misleading the people. It misinform the people. A party will not believe in democracy. A party when they conduct election within themselves. When my brother Koroma APC they fight for let them do election, not to selection. My brother, you say go testify, see, the NRM, then they fight, say, election, not to selection, because now selection they used to. And this not to democratic process. So you can never compare the SLPP and the APC in terms of democracy and the rule of law. So to conclude, the SLPP is more better than the APC in terms of democracy and the rule of law because we get a track record.
Hello?
Yeah, I get you now.
Hello?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Oti Talk. This na public lecture I dey give to you Koroma SLPP.
Yes.
Mind you talk about democracy. Make us show you today the meaning of democracy. We get two types of democracy or three types of democracy. You get indirect democracy, you get direct democracy. So I want you for understanding. In democracy, if me and you come together, we 10 come together, we say, Mr. Koroma SLPP is our leader. what is democracy? What we all agree, who already sign a room, is a democracy. I want you to understand, Andy. There is a two types of the democracy. So make it clear, Andy. If they talk about the SLPP, mind you don't know the history about the SLPP. They make us understand you about the history of the SLPP. The SLPP was formed in Countryman Party that they formed the SLPP. Mind you, they fought against the Creole because the Creole and the land book and everything, it all not come on board. Mind you, the SLPP formed from the north, from Cambia district to Sami Komot, from Kande by Farmatas, then Kande by Farmatas, and then formed the SLPP. Mind you, because of Milton Magai, is a doctor, where they give free medical to Sierra Leoneans then. They say make him be leader of the party. Mind you, when be leader of the party, when he die, Mbola can take over. Now that time they will forget tribalism in this country, and before sack the likes of the late Dr. Kelfasmat, the late of Pasheki, and others of them, before sack them, before cow tribal. Now that time they will get corruption in this country. The time of Albert Magai, we forget tribal and corruption in this country under the SLPP. So if you don't go and talk because of you don't know the history about the SLPP form, now Countryman Party, now in the way tribal, we don't take off under the SLPP government. Now in thought fit, the late who leader, when a Pasheki and others, they form the APC party. So I want you to forget now the clear. Because this is a public lecture between you two that they give. So you don't know the history about the SLPP, how the SLPP be formed. That Countryman Party, so make a show you today very clear.
Okay. Like you say in a public lecture and we they disagree and they agree. Let's ask Paul Parliament because I want to move away from the history a little bit because it's like say this public lecture will go on and I want to focus on reality. In other words, the now. What do they talk about now, not the then? Which is very important for let people understand how we come out as to how we arrive where we are and why people decide for support various party them. So Fambolema Suna today, the 10th of June, we get Paupa Koma and we get Paupa APC now the platform here tonight. What a setup, what a match. The last word where you must say just now, Paupa Koma. Waiting for say to that because like he say in a public lecture. And you go back for tell you how the party where they support was formed. They talk about what democracy mean. In other words, it's different from the general way how we can look at because if we all come together and decide saying so we want for do and we do them and there's an agreement, that's democratic. It's the will of the people, by the people, for the people. What do you say to that, my dear brother?
The will by the people for the people, not also the will. Yeah. Now let me tell you, my brother, Mr. Chroma, the man is misleading himself. How many types of democracy we get? Let the man go look inside in dictionary. You understand? The will of the majority people, yes, through ballot box. You understand? But in your democracy, we define, say, we get three types, even though you know able to name them. It just explain.
No, listen to me. I said we get two types of democracy. We get indirect and direct democracy. Very clear.
I don't want to let the spark begin for fly it because the year talk they come. So give him a chance. Yeah.
Let us accept the decorum, right? Let me accept decorum. Let me listen to the culture. People they follow right now. Okay, please.
Absolutely, Lamin. Absolutely, Lamin. Go ahead. That's why I'm the umpire. You know, fair time, okay, fair play. Go ahead.
Okay, Tapi, I don't want to delve into history too much, because the APC, their history, good. That's why in 2007, and as my Kurma say, don't forgive the APC. This is a new APC. In your APC is different from the old system. So we all know what that means. You understand? Now, if you ask Alhaji Dr. Alpha Khan, 1996, ask her how many seats they get. They become fifth. Panda election, they become 5. Meaning the people have been gained entire. The people not work for the APC again. Now Pakabagi their life, but they're so ungrateful. My brother, let me tell you, I continue for tell you, say, when you come to development and employment, the SLPP come number 1. The SLPP no rule for far too long. Whenever SLPP they take power, we take power in a difficult tax. 1996, we take power in the war. The first the late man, blessed Mori Alhaji Dr. Mas Jankaba, he said for the power, and he makes sure say he done for we the war, he bring peace, which he did for we. In 2002, Naime could get 71.4%. Ask her with all honest popularity. If he score 71.4%, he's not able. Now 57.17% he score against President Biu. That shows the popularity between Pakaba and Anas Kuruma. You understand? So now, when you look at the democratic institution, them, Salon, the democratic institution, the way Anas Kuruma kind of power in 2007 until 2018, and able to pull none of them because they are very useful. You understand? And then democratic institutions, they employ Sagalonians them. So you see, we create institutions and also we create employment for the people. Then when it comes to community, now we make sure say we bring Kwedu Oli, where the man Kimberley Takono, where today in the APC the kill him. Even though the papa get share, we APC the kill him. And let's get share, we need to kill him. You understand? Now we make sure that we bring Sira Rutsai after the war, we give them money, we finance them, right? So we manage to get 30%. At the time when they say Salon is the fastest growing economy, then chop will share. Then chop will share where Samura Kamara certified na 19.1 by them. Where you say they sell us share through executive order. But later now when you see the commission of inquiry, it went for twist in statements. Then Agladi, when me brother Kurma APC, said the talk say Samura Kamara they get criminal record. Look him, he will testify. He say commission of inquiry end panam, and the commission of inquiry won't find him guilty. So I want to congratulate Kurma APC for that special. You understand? Okay. So they said the 30% share. So we create job for Sira Rutsai. The African mineral, where the APC they collaborate with the investor, they lose the states, then go. Now the SLPP bring her in 1996. By then, let me tell you, my brother, by then they be the mine gold and diamond, Kabbalah and Kono. Now so Africa will be the mine. Africa mineral want for come mine the iron ore. But the condition, Pakabano accepts them. When APC come, now they accept the condition. For 7.3 million population, for only get 3% out of 100%. Now only APC government do the one day by the people of this country. You understand? But the balance
a quick one. What you say so is so important and critical. Many people ain't go know. Are you speaking on the record? Is this something that you're certain about 3%? I'm certain what I'm saying is real. Now 3% we will get na Africa mineral. 3%. Also 3%, this new community account on SL Mining, we will get a discuss between the Salon government now and the SL Mining. But we tell God under President Bill now, we are able to secure 10%, from 3% to 10%. Okay. Under this Go straight to Papa, APC Koma. APC Koma, again, quite a tall allegation there. And at this exactly, I want to move on to. The idea, I want to talk about it now. And a day, Papa Koma, don't care we go so now. Thank God for President Bio. Under APC and Escoma, it was 3% for the people of Sierra Leone in terms of mining deals. Under President Bio, it's 10%. What do you say, Pa? I think we don't lost. So anyway,
continue to speak to my brother. I want for enlightening the people. I'm happy today when I did at this platform.
Absolutely, and we're delighted for have you as well, and we will continue to speak to you. I just want to make one or two quick announcements. And Fambulem, I just want to let we know say that Mingles Bar and Restaurant, one of the local places na London, yeah, they host a football match between over 40s and below 40s. I think this match will take place on the 27th. And the man where they organize this match, now in picture now we get Bienya so. Now in picture this way we get Bienya. Sorry. We get almost, in a horizontal position. It should have been vertical. But this now a brother called Blazer, Johnny Blazer, who believes in the captain or the main organizer, but they will soon be coming on the show for explain for themselves. So Mingles Bar and Restaurant in London, we get two franchises, both in Brixton and in Peckham Park Road. They organize a football match between over 40s and below 40s. I think on the 27th, and we get for bring the organizer can talk about and explain to family everything get for happen. Bunalo, we keep tuned. Today, the 10th of June, 2021, we get SLPP Koroma, and we get Paupa APC Koroma on the platform. We don't lost one of them in the meantime, but Paupa Koroma, they are the program. So I ask you, Paupa Koroma.
Yes, sir.
You explain some fine stories just now. Of course, the brother know they for report them story the day. But there are many stories, like I said, I want to talk about it now regarding the party where you support and the president way you just praised just now. There are many things that they go fine. Corruption they on a high level, poverty they on the rise, and many, many other things that we are supposed to use every day. Can you speak to some of them in there, especially with the condition of the people and economically, things are stronger. And that's what they understand. Can you speak to some of them in there?
Yeah, Mr. Moderator, let me just throw light on the issues indeed. You understand? Somehow I will accept, say yes, things are difficult, you know, but the government, they're on tough situation. Yeah. Me and man, we can do fact finding, go to the streets, and understand what's in the happen. You see, this country, now one thing for left. The bad politicians, therefore deviate from the business people. Therefore, left the business people independently, made them work on their own. The business people are not politicians. Yeah. You know what the slogan of Freetown? When you go to one shop where maybe now Tunubu Mandiri or Tunubu Mandiri sell, we don't charge you say, "Oh, this is so expensive." So the word they sell by Sebu on a vote. So right away, it is see the tune. You don't know the angle they come up from. But notwithstanding, President Biokam na power, it take a battered economy. You understand? And no APC man or the way go to that fact they say they're not left austerity in this country. Austerity means we need for downsize your expenditure. If me, I get my family, I get my host, I will eat 5 cups, and if I drop and down either 3 cups or 2 cups, so that I don't go bankrupt. You understand? So this country, we don't go down the drain. So how they may run this country? For let the layman not understand. And because of the election is approaching, then they go trust a bank, then solve ya, wait till then go take under, cover up at the bank. You understand? For example, when they take na Rokia Commercial Bank, they do certain things within the government system. Where Rokia Commercial Bank need money, then they go take a NASIT. NASIT, they take NASIT money now, they replace that to Rokia. So this is the way how they do. I hope say they follow. Sigalo Commercial Bank just pull a report, 2020-2021 report. You see the kind of massive profit they make after tax. Rokia Commercial Bank also, we see the kind of massive profit they make after tax. For 10 good years, 11 months on an Kuruma, may they count any reports we say Rokia Commercial Bank or Sigalo Commercial Bank pull reports say these are the profits they make. They're never happy because then they over exhaust the banks them. And I give example. Rokia Commercial Bank and Sigalo Commercial Bank would have to go trust 1 billion, would have to go trust 8 billion, would have to go trust 2 billion, would have to go trust 3 billion without no collateral. Without no collateral for safe for go put Osbook where they can't take this money. When this government can have power, would have first go return the money, 8 billion lose. Now the former first lady, then go return your money first. When the president say it again,
okay, Paupa Koroma, you they make some claims them, and I see people and they ask questions at the chat room, like the claims are unsubstantiated. So I want to take on you a little bit on some of them. Let me just welcome a few people in the meantime. Mr. Mohammed Supermed Kamara, welcome to the program. Mr. Mohammed Kamara, that's a different Mohammed Kamara. Kamara is spelled C. Welcome to the program. The first one was a co-host on this platform. Mr. GBK, welcome to the program. And a few others. Kumsi Kali. I hope I pronounce that well. This is my first time they see this name on the platform, but welcome. Brother Delwyn Thomas, all the way from, I believe, Ireland or Wales. Welcome to the program. So, Paupa Koroma, here's the thing. Yeah. So you speak to some things them way I want push you on them a little bit. So you say for the first time in over 10 years, one of we banking institutions make massive profit.
Yes.
And I suppose your interpretation of that is the government is doing quite well. And so it sounds.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Okay. So, what are your view about the Auditor General in report? Give me your view about the Auditor General in report. Let me understand this whole
Okay, now let me tell you, the Auditor General report is mere opinion. You understand? This is very clear. It's mere opinion. Wait for going to Parliament first, Parliament scrutinize them. You see, this Auditor General report will come out, even though they have to play politics, you know. Yeah.
Who are them?
Eh?
They play politics with them?
The main opposition party. Mr. Moderator, one thing that would affect you in this country, let me say, majority of our people are not well informed about governance. You understand? They need to read Solomon. You understand? When you read the auditorial report, if you find out say it take out something like 2015, 16, 17, then back in now. Why? Because of the areas there, things there where the government not be set to. Report can come out, the government need to take it serious. So, and that report, if you come out 2015, the government not take it serious. 2016, it is show up back. If you not take it serious back 2016, 2017, it is show up. So now, so they do this auditor's report. You understand?
So again, with this side of things, you will allow me for the break in between because Mr. Fwan for understand your mindset when I ask you about the Auditor General report. So what they understand you, they say that the Auditor General in report is correct, but now the interpretation by some people, now you refer to as some people in the type of play politics with them. Correct?
Say one thing. You get me?
I hear you, yeah?
Okay. I know what
you hear the question I ask?
Yes, I read the question. I know what talk say is correct or not correct. No. I tell you, say, after the audit or not release them, they go first through the parliament for scrutinize them. You understand? Before it come down to the executive or forgive the anti-corruption commissioner for they take action. But in a more serious note, under this current administration, we see the ACC take action. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, NACOVAD, you understand? Minister of Health.
Again, for the benefit of the public, like I say, I ask you pardon and please permit me when I go to interject fastly because I really want for let we all day on track. You say we see the ACC take action and you mentioned foreign affairs, you mentioned NACOVAD. What exactly you mean? When you say foreign affairs, what do you mean the ACC take action?
Okay, even though, let me make it very clear, I want to take me time where I talk on this issue. You understand? Because let me say, I'm not afraid on the issue much, but the things that we I capture, now we just have to talk now. When it comes to NACOVAD, we hear about laptop. First, the auditor talks say 41 laptop, I don't know, but around 40 something laptop, he say it's missing. That's now one. Then he also talk back say generator, one of 65 kV generator is missing. But we see the ACC step in. The first thing, the laptop not missing. But now they come down to the specification, the price, how they buy them. So the ACC can find out see those laptops overpriced. You understand? They say we notice that difference on top. They need for return back. You understand? That's the one. They're coming to the generator. The generator, then go see on one side. I don't know if it's the south. I don't know if it's Pujon. That side is Zimi, but I don't know. You understand? The generator did it. But what's not the misunderstanding here? The generator, the specification, the China will donate, Chinese embassy will donate this generator to the Ministry of Health. Then we make mistake by the specification by the whether 65 kV generator or now 50 kV, you understand something that one. You understand? So they make misunderstanding. But later now, the embassy, when I then give the generator, then do clarification, say yes, they did a mistake, but indeed now 65 kV generator, then we donate to the Ministry of Health. And indeed, coming to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, There's a money bar about, I don't know if you know press attaché bar, the Pekin bar, when they say they get, so sometimes if you don't get a Pekin under, government is responsible.
So you're not sure about that. Why you go and talk about that when you're not sure about that?
I'm not, what's up, I say, I don't offer of all things. What's up, I've the read certain, I've the read, you understand, they report and I don't feel no more, I'm not well prepared for that sector, you understand? But only not put on to rest. But we see the...
So exactly, not put on to rest because we get many questions we want to ask around that. But I'll take you back again to what you just say, Koma. So first thing first, I understand you try for dismiss the Auditor General report as not being credible until when it shall have gone. No, until we don't go through Parliament. Is that correct? We don't go through Parliament ratify, then it become a really credible report. Correct?
Yes. They therefore scrutinize them. They scrutinize them.
Yeah, exactly. So hang on that basis, you dismiss them. I understood you well. But then one of the reasons where you appear like say you've been a dismisser, now you went on to admit that there were things where the Auditor General report highlighted will turn out for be true. There were superfluous, in other words, exaggerated prices about goods and services. The laptops, the fees were bumped up, and at that they say the ACC boss look into and identify them problems. And did I get that correct, or did I miss something?
Okay, it missed something small. The auditor don't talk about price, high info price.
No, of course they don't talk about price now. Waiting again.
They just talk about laptop are missing. They say 41 laptop are missing. This is missing, they don't see them. You understand? So NACOVA need the account of 41 laptop. But now NACOVA can prove the wrong thing. No, look at the laptop. So later now, the SEC look at the specification. If the laptop they will do procurement for, if they didn't buy, you understand? That's not the effort of the ACC. If not that, the ACC for just say, now the 41 laptop and this where the auditors say they're not.
No, but the SEC, the SEC cannot just say that. When they talk about a serious report, this is not a funny report. This is a government of Sierra Leone report where they go through with Parliament. This woman, you're not a small woman, even though they try for smear. She's been doing this for like multiple years, okay? They talk about Mrs. Lagapias Taylor. So not only they create their figure and they or their material and they or procurement out of in head. Now documents the way then they submit to them, where they request in the end say, well, the time don't read for that take stock. Can I have the rest of the documents? Or if the document has all been submitted, then you get for see the physical property the way they say them by. So they submit receipt, you get for match the receipt, because that receipt they get all the specifications of what you say on a buy. So do you understand that this is where the confusion was? Waiting they submit to the mommy, not to in turn out for me. That's how the ACC got involved.
Okay, let me tell you.
Please do.
Inside the reports, they say the timber sector. Imagine timber. They say 5.7 or 5.3 billion dollars.
2 billion.
Yeah. Look at this money, the currency. They say 5.something billion dollars. Could you imagine? You believe say the auditor that may go 90.1 for go correct that one day, for go revise that statement and say no, this is not a mistake if on figure 5.something billion dollars per timber. Just a timber. If a timber alone they give you 5.something billion dollars every year. It look like say Wataki government for life are free without no taxation. You understand? Yeah. So,
well, Paupa, quickly on the issue of it. On the issue.
Just allow me. Yeah.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
And you see, so there are a lot of mistakes, in the reports where the Mami says they acknowledge that one. Not so the Mami they go at the field. The Mami now what they can't give them. Now what they can't give because none of the head, none of the man or a woman. Then they publish out, then they pull them. Engaging people where they go out there for what to take report. And let me tell you, sometimes in Babylon they can get patients. Yeah. Sometimes they can go one thing, they tell us, well, when I come tomorrow, when I will get this receipt, blah blah, you understand? They're not going to go again. So what did they put in a report? When they go under, they'll not get this report, this receipts, they'll not get this, they'll not get this. So they submit it to the money. You understand? Let me tell you, it's mere opinion. Some man. The money we take he use for buy this year, at that moment today, the receipt not the with them. At that moment today, we say input them, you not see them. You understand? But if you tell us to go come back, then
I
go get
for stop you. I go get for stop you there. I go get for stop you there.
Okay.
Pardon me, I think somebody they called, maybe now you man they try for rejoin. But I go get for stop you there just for address one or two things quickly. Some things the way you they say, brother. Okay? This is not a joke. This is not country now they run. I mean, we they make Alex in a Casada farm or Granat farm. Now they talk some man where they ready the receipt, you know, we don't get time. How you go buy where you don't get receipts? Would you accept that? Let me give you this theoretically. Had it been the All People's Congress where do that, would you have accepted this way you try for defense? So let me ask you that.
I'm not defending. Not compare with the All People's Congress. The All People's Congress never serious for even look into themselves, for even attempt look into them. This current administration, they look into the issue. You understand? Are they challenging
like which issues did they talk about? Because
the issue
let me ask you about the timber. You seem pauper.
Yeah.
You explain things which are kind of detailed and complicated and sophisticated. Like you talk about timber. What am I bigger for do with timber? Not only the price the timber. You talk about goods and services purchase. What's not bigger for do with receipts? Now waiting and submit to them, or waiting in team go out and go bring from out and bring come to them. Okay.
Now
so
the
timber way you talk about, do you know that and fidget and falsify the dimension, the measurement of timber as per container, as per cubic feet? Do you understand that?
Hello.
Now that's at the top of tell you.
Right there. Do you understand that?
Hello.
Now that is to me.
Hello.
Now that's at the top of tell you. The reports when they give me about $5.something billion.
Hello.
We are talking about $1 billion. You understand? Not $1 billion.
Hello.
$1 billion. The
Hello. My friend, you're making noise. I told you wait. Go on, Koma, SLPP, please.
No, listen. I will go off online because of the SLPP that cut me off because they observe my phone. I need to come on and clarify some issues then.
Well, Alamina done.
They hack on my phone. No, they hack on my phone. They hack on my phone, and they try to talk. They hack on my phone on this debate.
Not true. It's false.
They hack on my phone, and now I will come on. You understand? Because I know for say, Koma SLPP is my little boy. So listen me, make analyze. He talk about military. He talk about the Sahara side. I want direct track what is happening at the Sahara side because this is a public lecture between me and you.
They don't go teach you. They don't go teach you. For can lie.
So Koma APC, I just don't mute you. You get for respect the rules of the game. When you get moderate, you they talk nobody not hear you because you mute. So it will be good for you keep quiet and listen to what they have to say. You still they talk even though you mute. Nobody not hear you. Okay? You don't explain or you not be need for explain. Wait for your chance and then you take the opportunity. Even at that, they talk to the other guest and you still interfere, brother. You've just come back in and they ask you, hold your peace. We will call on you and you can explain your story where you want to explain. It's simple. I'm the umpire. So hold on right there. I will unmute you. Let this man just continue. Where you get your chance, you will explain your story, please. Thank you very much. So yes, you mean to say something, SLPP Pauper.
Yes, sir. What the ability for say, the woman is going to 98.1 for go correct that mistake about the figure $5.something billion, just a timber. And this show up on the reports. So it's smart enough for go to 98.1 for go put the record straight. You know, this is just a mistake, not to say happy, you understand? So the QB per container, no, I need to talk about Andy. Now the revenue, when they say government lost $5.something billion, they make us say that one day force alone.
Now, as a consequence of the measurement, okay, you get for look at the source, who side all of this emanate from. They not just jump up to the revenue. The revenue is being sourced from somewhere. So now waiting and count out and count, waiting and count. Now so they arrived at waiting ever then project out to the report or to the public. And not just sudden, just like that. No. So we know that there were issues with measurement. Suddenly they changed the measurement. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Are you aware about the confusion around measurement between cubic feet and container during that same period? Are you aware?
Then we will talk about that.
Then we talk about that. So that you're not aware, you think it's a rumor.
Wait, I listen and say point when I'm ready. But one thing where the woman continuously they talk, the mommy, he said the figure about $5.17 billion is a mistake. So for the mere fact he said a mistake, we accept and says that figure is a mistake. You understand? I don't want to delve into the QD and continue whatsoever. No, I know of
okay, let me not waste with time. Let me not waste with time any further. You don't talk a lot, and you don't talk a lot. Paupa don't talk a lot.
About 5.13. He said 1 year. Where?
Okay. Lamin. You said a lot. You man just don't come back. So let me get opportunity for letting yourself weigh into the conversation. SLPP, APC Koroma, if you hear me, unmute yourself and come in with what you want for say, please. Your microphone mute, Koroma APC. Your microphone mute, unmute, and then you can talk. Unmute. Yeah, okay.
Okay. The man they try to talk about issues we don't know about, we don't understand about. And they try to talk about the Sarah Rutai outcomes during the Pakaba in time. Mind you, this man don't know about mineral, how mineral they operate in this country. Mind you, when the rebel war come, when they count the rebel war in this country, now the late Pakaba, the Ali Kabarem, now the MPS, mind you, when we get
so that's the other thing again, and I shall say this not to SLPP pull you come out again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. When we get the mining coming in this country, doing a Pakaba in time, mind you, Pakaba do a shabby deal with Sarah Rutai for cow Sarah Rutai because mind you, Sierra Leone, they will not come from the rebel war, who need a job. Pakaba during that time, they do a shabby deal because of in one Sierra Leone for employed. For when they get employed from after the rebel war. So he do all kind deal, all kind bad deal because of him. We want to make Sierra Leone get the job. When the APC under the leadership of President Kuma come, then come the amen. And then like today, when you see Nasara Rutai, do not the investment there, do not construction there. Even when they talk about corridor list, understand them? Corridor list, you don't know what you say corridor list come out. Then they call them South Africa company, they get corridor list. When I excessive mining, when people say na be mercenaries there, and they come from South Africa for can cover na mining there. So you don't know nothing about corridor list. Corridor list SLP council probably under Pakaba time for make they can position mining there for make they able to stay in power. Now mercenaries them when they charge when they count armed ammunition in this country.
Koroma APC, thank you very much. Let's take this same talk because you did make a point there, and I the pinpoint this because one of the things that we Paupa SLPP Koroma say now how clean a deal Pakaba been do. In fact, you not do a deal at all during in time, and whatever I been do then been very clean. But you talk about the mining industry, so Koroma APC just raised a good point that Pakaba be strike some deal then because remember when they run a country and you they persecute a war, you need money. We know say for example some people and sell passport for generate money because you been get war for fed. This is not a secret. The people that will do that they don't come forward and don't say that. Pakaba been get a war at the time although it been get international support, but equally need for generate money. So we be no executive outcome them under Strasser them and then continue under Pakaba and some other deals them in the happen. Are you aware of them deals then they? that there were some mining deals that were given, concessions that were given. Paupa Koma.
Okay, brother.
You don't understand what about that. You don't know about any lady.
Allow me to talk.
That's all right. Give the man a chance later.
Allow me to talk. Me brother, you know if you know what to talk. Allow me, sir. Egon, would I inform? Please. I just want for clear first one side.
You don't know about the deals.
Respect the man in time. We don't want no cross.
Yes.
Please, yeah, go on.
I know the issue, Pastor. Instead of very, very clear. Anytime they talk, I bring fact and evidence. Okay. I want for clear first one side where you say Pakaba and Ali Kaba and then bring war. But let me go to the TRC. Daniel Fambul, when for the Sabano Sanko, after when they release her from Padeba prison, he is the commander of the RUF. You understand? For the Sanko and Pakaba, they negotiate peace for the war done. So I wonder how Pakaba bring war. You understand? But you know, this 9 minutes they talk times without number.
How comes a party when they have power the couch war? When you cover, like you host, like they will use the couch for. Man, it's very simple.
Allow me.
I don't let me host at the couch war.
Okay. APC Koma, hang on. You make some good points there. The man say let you allow him. Let we listen. I'm very interested in what you want to say. Please.
Mr. Kuma, this man, when you cut off from the line, they don't go tell and say that man, they don't get a chance to where they talk.
That's all right. Now we left the speculation a little bit. Let we talk now. Let me talk now with the three of us. Let's have the conversation. Remember, I said the world they watch with.
Thank you very much. Let me go straight to the point there. My brother say how particular power a bring war. Well, let me show you how particular power a bring war. You understand? They think the way they do against the people. They think the way they do against the opponent. They create war. Certain things and the way I tell you, moderator, they're not going to live for they slap me, or you go live for they affect me. You understand? When you begin to execute people for killing, when you begin to create hardship for the people, you create hardship for the people to the extent the sojaman themselves from here, they deserve to overthrow. But before the sojaman to overthrow, this man know. For the Sanko, be they parts of the people that when they be old, they go sentence them. Some of them they execute them, they kill them. They say they want to overthrow Joseph Sadi Momo. You understand? After when they release them, the man go form a cabal. He go form a group for fight against the APC. For the Sanko is not SLPP. You know the number of SLPP?
So let's ask you one quick question. Of course, there's a critical question where Koma APC ask you, and I think say you try for. There's a critical question where APC. Hang on 1 minute. There's a critical question where APC Koma ask you. We're very critical, and you try for answer that. You try. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, just wait for me.
Well, this man not able to this debate. Understand? Make I tell about the rebel war in this country.
No, that's all right. I don't want to let you lecture. I don't want to let you lecture the man. You go get your turn for talk. Where you raise critical points, I take to Ram. I also mean at the umpire, and I get interest in behalf of the country between Una two. So I be want to tell the question back to Ram. But I want to let I get in undivided attention. So you can continue for talk. The brother they try for do some adjustments. Let's just pull them off screen quickly while they make the adjustment. Once you're done, let us know. Yeah. Now lights go.
No, not lights go. Lights go.
Okay. Okay, you connect your connection. Okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So the question what they want to ask you, that's all right. I not deny that. That's fine. The question what we want to ask you, did you watch where Fode Sanko Kanatong? Did you see what he wore? Did you see what he showed? Did you hear what he say when Fode Sanko launched him war? Did you see that? It's on video, it's on tape. You ever see that?
You are talking to me or talking to Kurma APC?
Paupa Koma.
So see what?
Did you see when Foday Sankoh launched in war? The video where he put out there for introducing war, waiting Brian Kam, waiting Iwer, and why he launched the war. Did you ever see that video?
I can't remember, but let me just tell you what he bring the war. Let me just want to follow on first one, and we make Foday Sankoh go number one.
I said bring the war.
Allow me. Last talk, please. When they talk, I will intercept you. I will intercept you. Nobody know me more.
I agree, Koroma APC. You get for keep your peace. You get for keep your peace.
Okay, go on. Talk.
For provoke the brother. Okay. Okay, the brother seem they do some adjustments in the meantime. So Fambulem, for those of you who already watched, today on the 10th of June 2021. This is the Then and Now Media Empire, they bring counter una a very interesting program. Regardless of who the panelists are, the national conversation must be heard. It is being heard right on this platform. This now way green meet red, or vis-a-vis way red meet green. In other words, the battle of the ideologues as a column. Two people that we love them parties so much, they would defend the parties to the hilt. And this is exactly the conversation that we are having here tonight. And not forget, Mingles Bar and Restaurant, they host a football match between over 40 and below 40. And pretty soon we'll bring the organizer then at this platform for can explain all about this match. Very important match. And I think say myself, I go buy me boots tomorrow because you don't say I don't play football. I don't pass 5 years, I go try me luck. Okay?
This man, I want to tell her how the SFP count to get around at this country.
Calm down.
Paupa Koma, you are back. Paupa Koma, you are back. Are you finally back now, yeah?
Thank you very much. I just want to lay emphasis on what team we get the war under the APC. You understand? Number one, corruption, injustice, tribalism. Let me get one of this country. You understand? Corruption, injustice, tribalism.
Did you say tribalism?
Let me get one of this country. Now, injustice.
Did you say tribalism?
Yes, tribalism. Injustice, injustice. Allow me, please.
Stop, go on.
For my APC.
Carry on, brother.
For my APC, I don't say this.
When they run out of time quickly, make your point.
Let me point from there. You go count the ball, then we go finalize them, right?
Yes, go on. Continue.
Mr. Kroma, I will quit the program if Kurma APC continue for intercept me. I believe in decorum. I believe say we for allow each other for talk. When you don't get issue for talk, it is not for intercept me. I can't allow that one day.
You got the floor, Mr. You got the floor, Paupa. Go on, please.
So trust me, okay? The injustice, na ime Foday Sankoh, then go to bush. And the TRC is stated very clear. The TRC said the injustice, corruption lead to the war, the senseless war. And Uda Emidela power by then. Now the APC. When the MPRC overthrew APC in 1992, the people in this country then jubilate and then get a grounds where the international community accepts them, then work with them. You understand? So what's in the Pakaba Yonde? Una don't have power for 10 years, 11 months. Why will not indict them? Why will not indict Pakaba by then? Why will not indict Ali Kaba? Una only indict Ali Kaba from bigamy between here and the other Kormani when I'm private. This is the same thing I talk against President Bio. When I say President Bio, he kill people, he cotton, he get blood. But the man in this country, we name for indict them for pursuing. But you know, like we say, we know APC for propaganda. So I mean, they subdue themselves to Randy. Injustice and corruption, tribalism, make we get a senseless civil war in this country. And the APC by then, now them in governance.
Okay. So let me say this. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Lamin Paupa. But normally, I do agree with you with some of the things which is quite true on why we fight. We fought this war. We fought a war. It be as a consequence of injustice,
political intimidation,
nepotism. I don't agree with tribal because we not fought a tribal war. Tribal war too nasty, and I got a pool of feta.
No,
even though some people and try for promote that.
Then the intimidation that drives them. I'm talking about not fought tribal war. They intimidate us to try themselves. We see what they do. They take their SL Kurma, the Agbashetani, they get a talks and a put on go to Namedela for go beat people and
Can you give me the platform,
again, 1 minute, go my PC, 1 minute. Yes, you are right, but this been the interplay between the two. Just that one party will be in a power and have been one party term, and the one party term self get questioned because there were senior operatives of the SLPP inside that one party day. I remember as a small boy,
please, they can get the platform. This is a public lecture to Kurma SLPP.
And then they get few of them.
1978, 1978.
Please, can I get the platform?
1 minute, please. Say again.
Now they are the majority of parliament. So, no way.
No, they talk about the one, you confuse issues. And they talk about the one party, and I agree with the one party system, and I don't support the one party system. I am just saying during that period, the APC managed for coerce, convince, few of SLPP joined them. Heavyweights like Sanusi.
Not to convince them, they intimidate them. Whether they agree or not agree, they get the majority because they the vote.
Can I get the platform?
Okay. Anyway, the tribal way they talk about both sides them in the play. I don't know how old were you then.
Can I get the platform?
To you.
The history day.
More that we can talk, we can tell you about.
This was the history. You didn't do nothing. You didn't research.
Can I get the platform, quick?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me listen to Paul.
Because this
APC Tolombo.
This is a public lecture where Kurma SLP they can't get from me. You understand? Mind you, the rebel one of this country. Mind you, when we get a one-party state, the bill of the one-party state, now SLP left on a parliament. When Momo come, when Pasheki come, it means the bill of the one-party state, the parliament. Keep quiet while they talk. I boss it talk. If you need for keep quiet.
We can
you understand? When you boss the talk, you need for keep quiet.
I don't keep quiet so because I don't give chance.
Understand? When you boss the talk, you need for keep quiet.
Yeah, carry on, APC, carry on.
When you boss the talk, you need for keep quiet.
You need for carry on, my friend. Carry on. We run out of time quickly.
When you get the one party state, they get me? Hello?
My friend, with a hearing you go on.
Yes, when you get the one party state in this country, mind you, that the SLPP government, and they left the one party state. Now they left the one party state in this country. When they left the one party state, when Pasheki come, he can pass into law. Mind you, even the one party state in this country, Pasheki makes sure everybody, all political parties, SLPP, APC, everybody include on the one party state. Everybody include the Samabaya, the father of SLPP. He be there at the one party state, be the minister of information under Pasheki time. Many others, there is a member of the one party state. When Pamomo Pasheki allow power to Momo go Ghana. Now time the one of this country start, the Hali Kabazem, where we then have to collect the strike against the government for say they need a PR call. What did they do? The government disband them from the Fobe College. What did they do? They go Ghana. When they go Ghana, they go study in Ghana. When they go study in Ghana, when Momo visits Ghana, the president of Ghana tell them for say there's a group loading here, they want cow to get war. If you not cow the country into democracy. When Momo come, he make sure he return the country to democracy. Mind you, the 1991 constitution they use so late today. Now Momo sign now. The democracy then they enjoy is Momo in time. The 1991 constitution. That's the time for say APC that they count democracy in this country. It's not the SLPP. So one everybody know that they're very clear.
You is enough. It's enough. When you
understand, when the one party says, when we work out democrats in this country, when the
okay. So again, this is not the power where the moderator gets for control the proceedings. I get the atomic button for mute people. Kurma APC, you still talk even though you mute. I'm surprised why you don't realize you did on mute. Nobody need to hear you. Then you still they talk. Come on, brother. Come on. And you even still they talk. Okay, let me make this point clear. A few more minutes left in the program, and I want to talk on some substantive issues them on the now. We don't talk too much about the history. I want for let we talk about it now. And to Lamin Paupa, you asked very good questions, but in terms of the rebel war, the only thing I can tell you so much more, but one of the critical things that I will tell you, if we hold Charles Taylor as responsible or co-conspirator in our war, and it is served jail term, a former head of state of a fellow African country, they serve jail term, now a foreign country, a Western country, on behalf of crimes perpetuated by rebels. Not only the country where president awful, but our other country, they win our own country. And that man, they say, no, nobody but Ali Kaba. Well, the onus is on you, whether you want to absorb Ali Kaba, say Ali Kaba not to rebel, that's on you. But the records did it. And many others, the Mike Lamines that are running around now. I think Mike Lamine in Scotland, yeah. But yet you get Issa Sise, we cooperate with Pakaba. Pakaba make them public. He said so many good things about Issa, the man will be the head IUF. So many good things about and cooperate with him for end the war. Yet he's languishing in jail in Rwanda. And the other one, then we champion the war cause. They are free. So anyway, Lamin, you there on mute. I go ask you for unmute your audio. Paupa, APC Koma said don't unmute the audio, and I hope say we understand the rules of the game. There are rules. We can't just talk.
No,
I mean, a give opportunity for talk and say wait small. You get for wait. You know, none mutual respect between every one of us. Anyway, Paupa Koma. SLPP in a power. You don't say many good things about them.
Volume,
but in
please.
reality,
Volume they down. Volume they down.
Hey, mute the man, mute her. Now for mute her now. Mute her now. Mute her now. Now for mute her. Now for mute her now.
Volume.
What I mean? You talk to me?
Me?
The volume low?
No, it's high. I get you loud and clear.
Okay. So back to you, Koma, Paupa. With the issues about economic problems and our people from waiting with the understand are struggling, are suffering. Corruption they on the up and with the area from the very, very top. And not only they make up this story. Of course, you question the Auditor General in reports. We say 11 years of rule for which SLPP hold APC accountable for, and then a court and they prosecute them, and there's a white paper where President Bio still the hold as a weapon, where most likely get for use in the near future against the APC. But the president himself has been accused of corruption, in government has been accused of corruption, his wife has been accused of corruption, yet the people continue for suffer. Let me hear you what you say to that. Let's hear some righteousness from you, brother.
Okay, please, I want to accept me small. Yeah.
Sure, you get the floor.
I can't. Fine. I can't. He said the SLPP.
You volume get down, please. Help me with your volume. You help me with your volume.
I want to mute the man. I want to mute the man.
Me the area clearly. Maybe now you need for up your volume. At the area, so maybe the man in volume they up. Try to raise your volume up, Lamin.
I want to mute that man. I want to mute that because.
So all along you been hearing this man, and now you say the man for getting volume up. This thing is serious, so.
Please.
Anyway, go on. Koma APC go respect your time because he said get forgetting time. No speaking over each other. One listen, please.
When you say the SLPP bring one party state, you say in parliament. At the time, bro, say that one is untrue. No bill not been done at parliament say for one party state. You know no history no go show that one day. Within the SLPP, then we want to do that one day. And by then,
no, forget about that history there. You don't make the point. It wasn't there. It's clear. It's clear. Come to the point now. We don't get all that time, but you don't make the point, please.
Well, now I just want to say that it false, not true.
It's clear. When you come in, we can talk to that and tell we maybe.
Okay,
but
now
let's move forward.
Now, when you talk about the presidency gets a budget because we see some frivolous allegations then. you don't take this, you don't use and so. You don't take this, you don't use and so. If the resource will allocate for the government, for the president, illegally use them, forget about the amount. Because we go to call it impress. During the past administration, as my Kuruma will take 10 billion loans every month, impress. We every week now 2.5 billion loans per week. Illegally get right for user. But how you use them, neither for look at how you use them. But like they say, the one day we call it the Africanist or whatsoever, then they criminalize legal spending. Then they criminalize them. Oh, you don't taste money, you don't spend them. You don't taste money, you don't spend them. You understand? But up to now, they never bring evidence of them. You never go copy from the auditor report. You go copy what the auditor puts, you copy. Then you can't say, oh, now this they don't destroy. The Africanist press, they copy from the auditor. The way it take from the auditor, and they do some editing for confused people. Let people don't suspect say that from the audit report it pull out. You understand? But one thing the same Mr. Kuruma, Parliament they approve budget for the president. For say this money now for the president year 2020, 2021. You understand? This is for the president. So the president get right for use this money or you don't get right for user. You look at the one day. Coming to the first lady. What did they say? The first lady, they use government money for private things. The House of Our Girls is not a private project, it's a government project. The House of Our Girls. If you watch all the signboard them, where I will do tomorrow, I will snap a center for you. You they see the coat of arms by the billboard. For telling says it's a government project, and the president lay emphasis on that also. It's a government project. But people in the talk say, hey, no, the first lady not right for use and day. The first lady not for do so. They don't forgive the first lady money. Now, the former first lady, then give money for build 100 bed hospital na Kamara Children Tombodu. Go watch the if you did it. He never did it. Then they give money for run your project them. As far as the project, it benefit the people. That's it. But you know, criminalize them. The House of Our Girls, a popular pass any program as alone. Do you research, my brother? The House of Our Girls. You understand?
Okay. So let me ask you a few questions quickly because you've said quite a lot there.
Yeah.
So let's begin with the last part where you talk about where now the former first lady Siya Koroma about 100 bed hospital and what have you. Why is she not being criminalized or $1.3 million or 1.7? Yeah, okay. Okay. The way you put them, it sounds like that was a corrupt act. So why not being criminalized or indicted by the ACC boss? Why?
The ACC boss. Thank you very much. You see, the ACC boss get a lot of things they for do. You understand?
Such as
it not easy. Let me tell you, the trouble where APC left, it's not easy. The trouble where they left, you understand? Government for taking time because you don't see them do. Then bring that regionalism, tribal. Now we did the chase, so we not turn on there. Now we did the fella so. No agree. We all know what's happening. We all see what's happening in McKinney. What the ACC going for just a simple question, the former president. We see what the whole society for intercepts or interrupt the program that did it. You know, if the security...
Can you come back to the question where I asked Paupa Koroma, why, with what you say, the ACC boss not indict, neither charge the former first lady in terms of act where you deem as corrupt, 100 bed hospital, way embezzle money?
Now, when they accuse without evidence to the current first lady, the ACC say, it's a way to, well, I want for reverse, way back for cross-check. But because
you might not get no issue for defend on corruption.
Allow me talk.
Please don't spoil this good conversation, man. Please. I don't want mute you again. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Compare the paper. Compare.
That's all right.
Forget about it. Una don't talk say parliamentary budget for first lady.
No, not to Una. You still haven't answered me question. I want to take us step by step. I don't want no distraction. Okay? Not time for cloud over people and face. The question here is, I ask you again, with the allegation where you make, the responsibility of the ACC boss now for indict criminal them, charge people them, and whatever, take action against them, legal action. According to you, the former First Lady Siya Koroma embezzled over, you named the money, for 100 bed hospital. Why did the ACC not take action against them?
The ACC never take action now.
Oh, they didn't take action. Okay, let me move on to the next one then. Okay, so now you don't answer that. They didn't take action.
They take action.
Yeah, okay. Okay, one minute. Okay, so you talk about the current First Lady, Mrs. Fatima Jabi Bio, and the noble act way they do about Hands of Our Girls, the most popular program, and etc. And before the Africanist press, you are aware, say the First Lady Sidon and the day on record. I can produce the tape right now as we speak and play them in my archive. That is a 1 penny, they receive from government. Are you aware? Were you listening at the time?
By then, of course, she's right. The reason what make you talk so by
then, how was she right?
Thank you very much. By then, government not offer any government project, like for example, the House of Our Gas. I repeat them. The House of Our Gas is a government project.
Okay. So that time they not be get government money yet. The way make that statement. The time we make that statement, Koma SLPP, please. Yeah. So the time
when the government lazy, that's for defense.
So what you say he right, and the time we make that statement today, not begin to receive government money. Is that what you're saying?
Come on?
Remember, say you there on record and the whole world they listen to you.
Against corruption.
Yes. Koma APC, please, man. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something. Leave this with me. Back to you, Koma SLPP. Pardon me, sorry for that. So again, let me just get this on record. They say when Mrs. Fatima Bio went on record and say, penny, chichi, they get from government, everything where they spend, now from your own pocket, in your money pockets, then personal money where they work for 20 some more years.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that's why I said by then. Let me tell you, now repeat, it's a critical. I want to give you small time, make a clarify on that side because
no, for make a quick. Of course, you get the small time, please but the question a straightforward question, and I take them from you.
You don't give this man long time, long time.
No, long time, not day. Please leave this with me. Yeah, you get short time for just address this quickly. Now, based on what you say.
By then, the woman don't receive any money from. You don't receive any government projects. And I repeat, the House of Our Girls is a government project. Now I can be very clear. So if your government don't get tax as a woman for protect the beginning of this country, then get that project. Now government the financer. Now make it talk clearly. That project it talks say who they expect say for another project. Now government the financial project because it's a government project.
So how much do you understand about processes? How much do you understand about processes and procedures, Mr. Lamine? How much do you understand that government get something what they call a bureaucracy and then get processes and then get procedures? Like you get Finance Act where say you can do this, but you can't say you can't do that, but and if and etc. Are you aware of all of these things before saying these?
Okay, thank you. Listen to me. The money come up from which side? From the office of the president. And the office of the president get budget. Where Parliament don't give. Right? The president get right for take money. He give any civil servant say, I get this year, I get sensitization, una go do it for me. Una take this money. The president get for do it. This time money where Parliament don't budget for presidency, this day they use. It's up to the president how he for use money as far as he use that to legal means. To right procedure because this time
okay, two last questions. The people then go adjudicate on this. The one they will listen. Two last questions. So one, you said the Africanist press not get evidence. Did you say that?
Allegation was there.
Now wait. Say that again.
The allegation will not get any evidence. This man, Chernobyl, Africanist, just after Tamba Sabin died in position as publicity in Semedengia. That's it. He left NDA. He said SLTP. Then he Honorable Lai Lawrence Primas. Then after the president win, that press secretary was like a Kotuma Sadidi. He said, the party no, I don't with you. So he turned against her for bring frivolous allegations there. We know
do you really know Mr. Ba or you just here for propaganda?
I know Mr. Ba from NDA.
Cheap propaganda and just hear the guy. Do you really know the guy?
No praiser. I know him from NDA. Yeah, no praiser. I know the man very well. Okay, no praiser. When Tamba Sabin died, in position as publicity secretary, when the government win, that press secretary, when are they
Okay. You understand? Say he was a member of a political party, not so.
Yes, sir. ND.
Yeah, and what's not be rule of that party there? What's not be rule of that party there?
Now a public secretary.
Why he broke away from that party there? Why he broke away from the party?
If you did about 10 years, for 30 years, you never win. ND never win election in this country.
No, not to the question, Andy. Why did he walk away from the? Why did he walk? I mean, the record is there. Why he walk away from the party? You they talk, you don't talk. Why you are aware why he broke away from the party?
No, well, I don't want to tell.
Okay, well, let me let you know. Let me let you know. It's good for letting you know. We're on public media. It's on the basis of Mr. Lamin. It's on the basis of principle. A man should have principle. Even when you chase money, you forget principle. At least really principle.
Yes.
The man say no one join any of them 2 parties. That was his position, and it's public. So I'm not making this up.
Now false. Now not tell man forget that false. I don't tell you from CC.
Okay, now I know what you. And now I know what you're speaking to. So when you say evidence, let me move on. Let me move on. Lamin, you're getting agitated now. Calm down, brother. Calm down. When you say evidence, what do you mean by evidence? Like when you say Africanist person not get evidence, what do you mean by evidence?
Okay. The man they make accusation. Listen to me. I tell you what he say. The man they criminalize legal things. Them they criminalize.
I am asking you. I will give you a chance for let you explain that. My question to you is: what is evidence? What is evidence? Contextually speaking about Africanist person, and evidence in terms of allegation against.
Yes. If you accuse me, say, Mr. Kuruma, you accuse me, say, I don't take 10,000 loans, I use a partition here. If I bring evidence for convince the people and say, yes, indeed, this 10,000 will take.
Good point. Good point. 1 minute. Good point. 1 minute. So yes, he make the accusation. So therefore, if I bring evidence, so when the man pull invoice for show the 10,000 out and give to you, or check, we get check number belonging to a bank and a name of a person, not to evidence that they not so.
Yes.
No.
Thank you very much. Well, I happy we can that way.
I know say you happy. So tell me why not to evidence. It's straightforward, brother.
Let me answer the question now. Now the question I have to answer, please. So you want for criminalize
legal. This man, no, you don't get so much time.
Government go take money bank. Who says they go for take money? Now check it for take money bank. So when we for criminalize things they went to.
So you see how you contradict yourself. So the man produce the evidence. When I say no to evidence, now you they say government get right for go take the same money where they on the paper. When the man. One final.
I tell you, the man they criminalize things they were legal.
This man is a joker.
So one final question. If the man they criminalize things they were legal, this amount to smearing, blackmailing of very powerful people that we get connection and money, and institutions as well. Remember, then documents that belong to the banking system, big institutions that we get money, and very powerful people that we get connection. The entity
you don't understand the issues there.
Is stationed in the Western capital and duly registered so you can take action against them for smearing or blackmailing. Why hasn't any government official, apart from the cheap one, them where we see they come, we're all long silent now. We want can attack in character, not the message. All have gone quiet. Why nobody has taken any legal action against this guy? Why?
Mr. Kuruma, let me make very clear. The ACC is a vibrant institution under this current administration. The ACC, they look into any.
I took less talk.
But not compare this good conversation. Please come out. You tempt the car and you know go let for like do the same thing to you. Hold your peace. Well, I agree, Mr.
Lamin. I'm very serious about this here. Whenever me want for intercept the man, you mute me. You mute me.
Now you don't begin to make frivolous accusation. I've muted APC Kuruma more times than you. Just stop it. Therefore, look for accusation. Make you point.
Can I get the platform?
No, stop. Don't bring cheap propaganda companies program. It's not true. It's not true. Remember, I say this is a record where you can count the statistics day. Don't even try that. Don't try this. This is not a strategic communication team. No.
Thank you. When I want for intercept demand, you mute me not also. When I talk, you say that unmute myself. You understand? So I tell you, say this man for intercept me, now for mute them, let the listener and the one that follow you, want to view live, may then get me without the talk. Because the man
absolutely, but nothing is done now. He's under control. He's getting a little bit excited. You address the answer. Are you looking for the answer or are you ready for address the answer?
Let me answer the question now. Let me answer the question. We'll
You don't know
get a
answer.
You don't see back here.
That's okay, do nothing.
You don't see? Why I want to talk? They give me chance.
Carry on, please. Carry on.
Okay. Now we'll get a vibrant ACC. When they look into any report where African is stressful. But I repeat again, wherever go criminalize legal things then. One time, Sylvia Olayinka Blady, doctor, and he put a press release. He put an article where he say, what will they do so? It will affect you tomorrow. Everything they criminalize them. Everything government do, they send a corruption. Anything. The reason being, what many people they do that thing there, Mr. Kroma. Corruption which is facts, evidence, where the commission inquiry investigates them, then send the lawyer them. So what did they say for do? They want for neutralize things. They want for neutralize things through this young man, Mr. Ba, we get African Express. You understand? So that's how for do. Oh, look at they said they're corrupt. Look at this. And I repeat again. Then they criminalize any government legal expenditure. Then they criminalize. If I give check, Mr. Kroma say, go take this check here, go by 10 back rest for give the people now don't be. Then you criminalize and say that corruption. I'm afraid. Now this I try to tell you. Okay. So the ACC not look into this issue. ACC don't see any better things than that. The man want for convince the masses as if this government corrupt. This is the motive of
Lamin. Mr. Lamin, for the benefit of time, I go ask you pardon. Let just jump inside quickly. Let conclude your own side because I need for can grill Mr. APC Koroma. But you say legitimate dealings. Now in the man they try for criminalize.
Of course.
There was the issue of $1.5 million. There was the issue of 49,000. Let me name you a few. You might not agree, I understand. There was the issue of 49,000 bags of rice. There was the issue of spending in the then chief of staff in office, where they deny the same thing again, but later on the chief of staff come now for can't just waiting. We not seem for the understand most of me is these people were in denial until the evidence became so convincing, so incontrovertible, that then decide now for accept and begin for rationalize them. We get for understand these stages. At first, it was denial. No, it not happened. All the money what they spend and me and my man with money will work for 20 some more years. And then it changed as the evidence continue for come and say, oh, no, I've got a right. This is an extension of the president in office. Oh, no, ask me, man. All of these things are on record.
Okay.
The chief of staff office, the disbursement of cash by the finance minister, the traveling expenses of the president, $500,000, $500,000. It's not justifiable. There are procedures and processes in terms of money. Yes, one good thing where you say, and rightfully so, the country, the government, the CRF, Consolidated Revenue Fund, has a right to look after the president and his family, but not to blanket. Now you can understand why then go to parliament and send a bill there, say there should be no accountability, Mr. Lamin. Whatever the president spent, now we don't understand
why. Someone give this man
because why would you want to do that? Thank you very much. I'll come back to you for the final conclusion. No, hang on there. I've given you enough time. Mr. Koroma, APC. Your government is in a power for...
You talk about the corruption. I'm talking about the corruption they have against this current government.
I asked the questions. Your government been in a power for 11 years. You know they give me fine?
And they get you.
Okay, so your government been in a power for 11 years. 11 of those years, they've been accused of massive corruption. And as we speak so today, then they on the back pedal. The current president and in government are trying them. In fact, they've tried them. They've had an inquiry into money them where they stole. Billions of loans. And as we hear now, some of them are paying these monies, some of them are in court, some of them, their properties are either being seized or is going to be seized. How then can you want to accuse the other side about corruption when you not clean your own house? You need to clean your own house first, not to so, sir.
Thank you very much for that question. There is allegations when this SFP government came under the leadership of President Bio, the alleged corruptions them when they set up the commission of inquiry. From the commission of inquiry, there is a report will come out where they pull the white paper, which of course no government official were appointed by the former president when a minister we don't go pay money, and they challenge this SFP government. Now I make way
but some people
all the former ministers them.
Is that what you are saying? Some people are not go pay, but not to minister them.
Yes, not to minister them.
Okay, but they serve
mind
under
you,
mind
you, for our status and then at this country, not to president appoint them. It meet them doing the government, the past government. There is no former minister who go pay money up to now. Now I make them talk fit for say, when this man they accused for say Dr. Samuel, I mean the challenge out call. Dr. Samuel no go appeal. Everybody don't go appeal when they say that the white people for say they for pay money. They how long go appeal? They left to the appeal court. For making them prove them, so say what is the allegation they put to them for making be correct. So I'm wondering for Nunandi, this government under the leadership of President Bio, believe me, is the worst corrupt government. Why if I say it's the worst corrupt government? Mind you, the Africanist press, they condemn. I see me brother, they talk any kind of allegation against the Africanist press. Mind you, but this Africanist press, that they tell for say, what is the Africanist press they pull, they report them, only the Africanist press they pull in this country. Mind you, one, they say the office of the first lady corrupt. What did the ACC boss do? He set up a commission for say for investigate. That they said for say the Africanist press, what they do, it corrects. This being said, what they do? There's the allegations when they go around in America, for so we invest in America, they give $4 million for renovate we office in America. Now Africanist press pull it out. Yeah. What did the ACC do? Because the ACC under this leadership of President Bio, a toothless dog ACC. They can't bite. What they do? I for go after the opposition. When the Africanist press pull out press now report they out, what they do? Then pull a press release for say then they investigate the people them will be the oak at the office in American embassy. That is time for say the Africanist press everything they do is a truth. Because it's not a truth. So be life and this day, the SEC of this country, for investigate anti-corruption in this country. So be life and this day, they don't for take against the Africanist press. That is time for say the Africanist press they do the right thing because the SEC they follow up the information that the Africanist press they give in this country. That is time for say President Bio and government now a corrupt government. Now a government where people say they're corrupt, but look the corruption right now they've been at the country. Now, look the statement where the American ambassador pull about we own natural resources. When they destroy $55 million, they sell a wild beach, a tourism beach. Where people say a natural beach, where people say a tourism beach at this country, where they will beautify, they go sell it to Chinese man there. With this man they talk about for say we APC we believe on Chinese, but the way we don't propagate about the Chinese against the APC, believe me, the APC don't ever sell this country to Chinese man. But then the SFP don't sell this country to Chinese man. Then the American government, the David, who are the new ambassador of this country, they say they call on Sierra Leoneans them, but then they refuse the deal, the solid deal, where President Bio and government they go sign with China. Many Syrians refuse about the Black Johnson Beach. Can you imagine a wild beach, one of beautiful beach? President Bio and government they go sell out for $55 million. What was kind of corruption landing? Indeed, we never investigate now. They win already. We never investigate now. No journalists at this country, no ever pick them up. Okay. Now only international journalists pick them up. So what kind of corruption is that?
Okay.
What kind of corruption is that when they talk about corruption? This government, from when they come, they don't ever hold nobody in corruption. We don't get so many allegations on the timber.
Hang on.
When the government don't even pay the money they pay on timbers. So what do you talk about corruption?
Okay.
This only allegation against the.
So Koroma APC, I don't mute you again. When you they have a conversation, my brother, you get for learn how for listen to the moderator. Then they tell you several times, hang on, hang on, hang on. You get for be in tune with the environment usa you day. But you seem in your own world where you just want rant, you just go. You don't do that on an international platform, brother. Don't get carried away. When I pause you, you pause because maybe a new question or what have you. I have no intention for the mute you, but you don't seem for the listen. So I can't unmute you again. Listen to, because when they come to the end of the program, a short jots than we do now, please. So please unmute yourself and listen to the next question. Unmute yourself, unmute yourself. Thank you.
We need to talk about the education.
No, we not get the time. Waiting, I think say we'll get for do. I know say una all to get boku points they want make. Una get for understand say it's time framed and it get end time. So pass I get for fan time for bring una come back. So we'll talk about this many things.
No, please don't talk about the education because it's a flat program.
Talk about first of all the beginning and then we come to the middle and you see the accusation. The game don't begin the one now. Unfortunately, now they tell they come to the end of the program. But here's the thing. Okay, so before they come online, I read up on you Lily Bit. I understand saying that you the own radio compoyo. Now you know the way they own radio compoyo. Hello?
Yes, I get you.
Your volume seem for be poor, but I mean just they say I read Lily Bit. I understand saying that you the own radio compoyo. But you seem for also be a very divisive figure inside your party because shortly before we come online today, I do a little bit of a background research. I see a lot of people, of course, when you do them public media there, not for everybody they're on side, but I hear certain people and they go against you because you make an allegation, say, Samora Kamara accused President Koroma of betraying him. So in other words, and Samora Kamara is very, very wrong with waiting Iduna. He make the APC lose election. You hear what I say? Is that true? And why you say that?
Thank you very much about that question you asked me. Mind you, it's about Dr. Samora for say APC lost election, 2018 election. Mind you, when we go into first round election in this country, the high court of this country, there is a journalist called Mr. Kroma. It take next to court for say, he don't believe on the result when they agree. He say next nothing at the result. He take next to court. The high court of this country then decide and rule against the decision for say for do manual counting. When at the court other week by George Masare, where they like today on exile in America. Even Mr. Koma, a lawyer, they like today in America on exile because then they fear this power government because they can do any kind of thing to people then. The court don't give the order for say for go on manual counting. Mind you, President Koma, former President Koma believe for say if we go on a manual counting, the people of this country believe for say we go on a manual counting, we will win election because the APC is popular, the APC vote for APC. The court don't pass the decision on the manual counting. You understand? So Dr. Samuel Kamara under the APC flag bearer, the whole her Bible saying that is the manual counting. When Wednesday, midday Poloko, now the Tale Center and Poloko district, where people say me, Petito, and I'm saying represent the APC at the Tale Center and Poloko district. The one who represent the SLPP, now the advice director to country advice director to President Bio, when I will big brother at Poloko, when Bonui. When we did the manual counting at Poloko, APC will lead anywhere. APC will lead at Poloko, Tale Center, APC will lead at Cambia and
okay, the long and short, they revert back to electronic counting. The long and short, because they revert back to electronic counting, and make APC lost the election, and Dr. Samora now responsible.
Now they come to the point, right? Now they come now. Please.
Yeah, no, we don't get time. But that's
Alan,
the point. That's the point. I mean, left the long history.
Yes,
That's the point
now
you're
they come
trying to
soon
make. But the question one
You
was
understand,
now, and at least
I make I put all the evidence them on the.
we don't get time for the history. The bottom, we don't get time for the history. The bottom line
Yes.
is you've made the point already. So President Ernest Koroma say manual counting, and then Samora went and signed on for electronic counting. We make APC for lost the election. That's the point.
No, not to President Kumasi manual counting.
So let's
no, I want to understand it. It's not President Kumasi manual counting. And the court, the high court of this country is not President Kumasi.
So would I agree? Would I agree? Would I agree? Would I
No,
agree for change?
high court of this country and the same for manual counting. It's not President Kumasi. I want to make it clear.
Make the party loss. Let me be quick. We get 10 minutes for. We get 10 minutes for.
Yes, I want to tell you. The high court of this country and the same for manual counting. When we never lead the SLPP in manual counting, the SLPP then back up from the target.
So you see, you don't freeze. You don't get so hot that you don't freeze. So while we wait for Koroma APC for unfreeze, Koroma SLPP, 1.5 million. While I talk about, you're part of the corruption scandal and the ACC. If you want to say something about that, quickly, please.
Indeed, I make a pass because you say we not get a long time again. Talking about the $1.5 billion against the chief minister, where the man they alleged say from SL Mining for bribe the chief minister. You understand, so that for persuade the president fully accept their condition. And I want to tell you, the SL Mining, the approval now under emergency certificate where parliament have to close down. So God knows what APC plan against the people of this country. Now a bad deal. So they do a first shipment where they make something like $23 million, right? So then give government $400,000. Every government is saying, what's in this? Well, at this morning we forgive now. This is an agreement we do. So this now counts the discuss between the SL Money and the Salon government. You understand? Come on now they want journalists come out. When a political journalist, he say SL Money don't bribe. Of course, this thing he say SL Money don't bribe chief minister $1.5 million. But now people will get sense, we get brave, we get blood at the head. They say to SL Money refuse for give Salon government $1 million, just $1 million for give Salon government $1 million because now that money the government request from SL Money pull $400,000. Government say no. Even though yes, we know say we get right. This now the agreement where the past government do. This are the balance we agree. But this money is small. Yeah, with the big una flop this money to $1 million. So, Mr. Koroma, how SL Money they go bribe somebody $1.5 million?
Lamin, good yes, question. Good question. Yes, Mr. Sevdoye, but also you get your stories for. Also you get your source from. This story where you explain. So, this story where you explain. So also you get some from. What's your source?
Okay. Now, this now the discuss whether between Salon governments where we will follow. SL Money give Salon government $400,000 per $23 million.
Okay.
Now, in the government say, allow me. Now, in the government say, they will accept that one day. This time you draw where between them.
Okay, that's all right. What I can tell you, brother, on that 1.5 million day, they're not adjudicate on that long term. Chief Minister pick up telephone and report himself to in friend. We happen for be a member.